Did you know that on November 16, 1970, Elvis delivered a sensational show at the Fairgrounds Arena in Oklahoma City? This stop was part of a major tour showcasing the powerful return of the King to live performances after his Las Vegas residency. Wearing an elaborate jumpsuit, Elvis reminded everyone why he was the biggest name in music, thrilling the sold-out crowd. The energy captured here is palpable, marking a significant moment in his triumphant return to the road. This was truly a night where Oklahoma City felt the full force of the King. Imagine the history contained within those walls. The Fairgrounds Arena in Oklahoma City, where Elvis performed one of his dynamic 1970 shows, no longer stands. It's a sad yet common fate for many classic venues. These arenas, now gone, were the cathedrals of rock and roll, having hosted Elvis in his full sequined glory. They were the very stages where his powerful voice and stage presence captured thousands, leaving behind a legacy that demolition can never erase. Look at the intensity in this shot. This iconic presentation of Elvis in Oklahoma in 1970 perfectly encapsulates his live power during that era. It was during these tours that Elvis perfected the formula of his stage show, combining raw charisma with the polish of a Vegas performer. The lights, the music, the screams, it all came together to create an unforgettable experience. This moment is a testament to the King's enduring ability to connect with an audience, making every show a legendary event. Can you believe it had been 13 years since Elvis last performed a non-charity concert in his hometown? The King returned to Memphis in March 1974 for a series of 4 incredible concerts. The show on March 20th at the Mid-South Coliseum was especially historic, as it was recorded and later released as the acclaimed live album Elvis Recorded Live on Stage in Memphis. It was a true homecoming, proving his enduring bond with the city that shaped him and solidifying his place as a local legend who conquered the world. A candid shot capturing the close relationship between Elvis and his road manager, Joe Esposito, at the Memphis airport on March 18, 1974. Joe was one of Elvis's most trusted confidants, often handling the intense logistics of his tours. This picture shows a quiet, human moment amid the whirlwind of celebrity, as Elvis prepares for his historic hometown shows. Moments like this reveal the man behind the myth, relying on the support of his inner circle while navigating his demanding career. The atmosphere in Richmond, Virginia was electric for this performance. Elvis, live on stage at the Coliseum, showcases the dazzling style of his 1970s tours. By this time, his signature jumpsuits were becoming more elaborate, reflecting his status as a legendary performer. Every detail, from the powerful stance to the spotlight, highlights the theatrical brilliance he brought to the stage. This image is a vibrant reminder of the sheer spectacle of an Elvis concert during his touring prime. What a classic gaze! This powerful close-up of Elvis's face is believed to be from around 1955, right when his career was about to explode. This was the moment before the world truly knew his name, capturing his unique blend of vulnerability and rebellious confidence. The intensity in his eyes hints at the star power that would soon mesmerize millions. It's an early, unspoiled portrait of the young man who would quickly become the defining voice of rock and roll. An iconic piece of rock history. This photograph of Elvis with his guitar and beige jacket was taken in New York City in 1956 during a pivotal photo session for RCA Victor Records. These early images were crucial in defining the King's visual identity as he transitioned from a regional sensation to a national star. The pose, the instrument, the quiet confidence, it all contributed to the image of the artist who would change music forever. The Memphis faithful were ecstatic on March 16, 1974, as Elvis performed live on stage in his beloved city. This picture captures the electric energy of the Homecoming concert series. Performing at the Mid-South Coliseum, Elvis felt the profound connection to his roots. The king was known for giving his absolute all in these hometown shows, a tribute to the city that raised him. It was a performance filled with pride, passion, and the pure sound of rock and roll royalty. A fascinating backstage encounter. Here, Elvis is pictured with the renowned evangelist Oral Roberts in Tulsa, Oklahoma on March 1, 1974. These private moments often reveal the diverse world Elvis navigated. The king had a lifelong, deep interest in spiritual matters, making this meeting a noteworthy intersection of two highly influential public figures. It's a rare glimpse into the complex personal and professional life of a global icon. The Mabee Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma was the site of Elvis's captivating evening show, showcasing his touring prowess in March 1974. The Mabee Center, known for its distinctive architecture, provided a dramatic backdrop for the king's performance. These mid-70s concerts were a showcase of his vocal range and dynamic showmanship, leaving the audience spellbound. Every city on his tour felt the magic of Elvis's live performance, and Tulsa was certainly no exception. Did you know the Houston Astrodome holds a special place in Elvis's history? Colonel Tom Parker strategically chose this massive venue to host Elvis's first non-Las Vegas performances in 1970, marking a major return to widespread touring. The sheer size of the Astrodome signaled the king's status as an unparalleled live attraction, moving him out of the intimate Vegas showrooms and back into the colossal arenas that only a star of his magnitude could fill. Look at the scale of this! Elvis performing at the Houston Astrodome on March 3, 1974 was a monumental event. Wearing one of his dazzling jumpsuits, he performed for massive crowds in the legendary stadium. The excitement of the crowd was overwhelming, setting a new standard for stadium rock shows. This performance underscored his unmatched popularity and ability to command the attention of tens of thousands of people in a single evening. A testament to his enduring fame. On this day, Elvis set an extraordinary one-day attendance record with his two electrifying shows. The ability to sell out two massive performances in a single day highlights his incredible drawing power, a feat few artists could ever achieve. The king's magnetic pull over audiences was simply unmatched, demonstrating that years after his initial fame, he remained the most compelling live performer in the world. The people of Montgomery, Alabama were treated to the king on March 6, 1974. This photo captures Elvis in mid-performance, showcasing his dynamic stage presence and the iconic scarf gesture. These mid-tour stops were crucial to connecting directly with fans across the country. The visual spectacle of his costume, combined with his passionate delivery, made every show a memorable experience for those lucky enough to be in the audience. A rare personal moment. This photo captures Elvis at the Ramada Hotel in Monroe, Louisiana on March 7, 1974, likely before or after one of his shows. These hotel stops provided a brief sanctuary from the intense spotlight. Even offstage, his star quality is undeniable. It's a candid look at the life of a touring icon, highlighting the contrast between the private man and the public phenomenon. The electric energy of a hometown hero. This photo is from Elvis's sold-out performance in Memphis on March 16, 1974. The passion in his face reflects the deep emotional connection he felt performing for his friends and family. This engagement was more than just a concert. It was a celebratory reunion between the king and the city that launched his career. The pride of Memphis shone brightly on that stage. A glimpse of a working artist. Elvis in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, on March 14, 1974, preparing for or performing one of his concerts. Even during the demanding schedule of a major tour, Elvis maintained his focus on delivering a top-tier show. This image captures the dedication required to be the king of rock and roll, showing the preparation and concentration behind the dazzling stage persona. The demand was immense. This particular performance was a complete sellout from the very moment word spread that Presley was coming to town. This speaks volumes about the frenzy that surrounded his touring schedule in the 1970s. The opportunity to see Elvis live was a coveted event, leading to immediate ticket scarcity and underscoring his position as the most sought-after entertainer on the planet. A record-breaking event! Elvis performed the first of 5 concerts at Middle Tennessee State University's Murphy Center on March 14, 1974. Tickets, priced affordably at $5 and $10, sold out within a day. This immediate sellout cemented his status as a cultural phenomenon who could fill any venue, regardless of its size or location. It was a massive success that fueled the excitement of his entire 1974 tour schedule. Security was key to keeping the king safe. Here is Rutherford County Deputy Sheriff Sam Goodwin providing security for Elvis at the Ramada Inn during his 2 appearances at the Murphy Center in March 1974. The presence of local law enforcement highlights the huge crowds and fan fervor that followed Elvis everywhere he went. These dedicated security details ensured the king could focus on giving his all to the adoring crowds. A defining moment in his discography. This photo relates to the historic Memphis shows, which resulted in the famous album Elvis Recorded Live on Stage in Memphis. The concert on March 17, 1974, was one of the series that captured the raw, powerful sound of the king performing for his most intimate audience. The album remains a fan favorite, showcasing his masterful interpretations of gospel and rock classics. Flashback to 1970. This photo captures Elvis on November 16, 1970, in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, during a performance that showcased his explosive return to touring. This was an era of high-energy, elaborate shows, and the king was in his prime. The image serves as a powerful reminder of the year Elvis dominated the live concert scene, blending his legendary hits with his impressive new stage arrangements. Another classic moment from the 1974 Memphis run. Elvis on stage on March 17, 1974, continuing his emotional homecoming concert series. The connection between Elvis and his Memphis audience was unique, fostering an atmosphere of mutual adoration. These shows were a profound validation of his success and a chance to perform as the cherished local boy who made it big. The roar of the crowd in Los Angeles. Elvis on May 11, 1974, during the evening show at the Forum in Inglewood, California. Performing in LA was a major event, drawing Hollywood stars and industry insiders. The King's shows were always a masterclass in showmanship, and this performance at the Forum proved he was still the hottest ticket in show business on the West Coast. A moment of musical gratitude. This image captures Elvis introducing his band member Glenn D. Hardin, a key pianist in his TCB band. Elvis always made a point to recognize the talented musicians who backed him, showcasing his respect for their contributions. Hardin's piano work was essential to the signature sound of Elvis's 1970s live shows, making this introduction a nod to his trusted musical family. A truly global event. This photo was captured during his groundbreaking Aloha from Hawaii satellite television special on January 14, 1973. It was broadcast live to over 40 countries, making Elvis the first solo artist to perform a concert seen globally via satellite. Wearing his famous American Eagle jumpsuit, Elvis delivered a performance for the ages, forever changing the scope of televised concerts. The King meets the Emerald City. Elvis is seen here performing at the Coliseum in Seattle, Washington on November 12, 1970. The November 1970 tour was one of his most aggressive, solidifying his image as a dominant touring force. His performance in Seattle was a high-energy affair, demonstrating his commitment to reconnecting with his fans across the United States after years away from the road. A beautiful moment of genuine connection. This tender photo captures Elvis kneeling with a fan during a show at the Omni Coliseum in Atlanta, Georgia on April 30, 1975. Elvis was famous for these interactions, often giving away scarves and touching hands. This image beautifully illustrates the pure adoration fans had for him and his unique way of making each person feel seen, even in a stadium setting. The moment of his triumphant return. This picture is from Elvis's landmark engagement at the International Hotel in Las Vegas in late July or August 1969. These shows marked his grand return to the stage after years of focusing on films. Wearing his iconic two-piece suit, Elvis redefined his career, ushering in the powerful, jumpsuit-clad era that would define his final decade as a performer. The most famous home in rock and roll history. Graceland is more than just a house. It's a timeless sanctuary and a symbol of Elvis's life and legacy. Purchased in 1957, it remained his beloved retreat and the place where he could simply be Elvis Presley, away from the spotlight. This stately mansion in Memphis continues to draw millions of fans, preserving the memory of the king for generations to come. Forever etched in history. This iconic photo was taken during Elvis's legendary Aloha from Hawaii via satellite in 1973. The American Eagle jumpsuit he wore was deliberately chosen to symbolize strength and patriotism, making a powerful visual statement to his global audience. It remains one of the most recognized images of the king, representing his unparalleled reach and showmanship. The King Conquers the Big Apple. This image shows Elvis performing at Madison Square Garden in New York City in June 1972. His 4 sold-out shows were a massive critical and commercial success, confirming his absolute dominance as a live act. Performing in the entertainment capital of the world, Elvis proved he was still the benchmark for stage performance. A classic portrait of a rising star. This iconic photograph of Elvis was taken during a session at Spears' studio in Memphis, Tennessee, in July 1955. This clean, stylish look was captured right as his star power was igniting. It shows the charisma and raw appeal that captured his early fans and served as a perfect visual accompaniment to his revolutionary music. The Long Beach Arena often hosted the king. Elvis is seen here performing in Long Beach Arena in 1972, showcasing the excitement of his summer tour. By this time, his live shows were a polished spectacle, featuring his full band and incredible light show. The energy of the performance bursts from this picture, a clear testament to his enduring power on stage. The intensity of the 1970 tour. This image captures Elvis's powerful presentation at the Fairgrounds Arena in Oklahoma in 1970. This period saw Elvis fully embrace his rock and roll roots while adding the dramatic flair of a seasoned headliner. His voice was strong, his moves were electric, and the Fairgrounds Arena was witness to a king reclaiming his throne. The stage manager had a busy few days. This photo relates to Elvis's demanding schedule of 2 consecutive concerts on March 16th and 17th, likely at the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis in 1974. Back-to-back shows proved his dedication to his craft and his immense stamina. The manager's challenge was the logistics. The fans' reward was seeing the king twice. A true Hollywood crowd. Elvis on May 11, 1974, during the evening show at the Forum in Los Angeles. The Forum stage, under the bright lights, became the King's Kingdom for the night. This performance was part of a major tour that saw him crisscrossing the nation, always delivering the same high-caliber, energetic performance that fans expected and loved. A simple truth, perfectly captured. This image is a tribute to Elvis Presley, the undisputed king of rock and roll. No other artist has had such a profound impact on music, fashion, and culture. His legacy is one of continuous reinvention and raw talent, making him a timeless icon. This photo represents the man whose voice and style still echo around the world. A moment from his film career. Here is Elvis with the beautiful Barbara Eden in the 1960 film Flaming Star. This Western allowed Elvis to showcase a more dramatic side of his acting talent, deviating from his musical comedy roles. This candid shot reminds us of the King's versatility and his time spent in Hollywood before his return to the live stage. Behind the scenes of a legendary film. This photo was taken in July 1970 at the MGM Studios in Culver City, California, during rehearsals for the documentary Elvis, That's the Way It Is. These moments show the focus and preparation Elvis put into his stage performance, working with his band to create the iconic sound that would define his Vegas shows. An incredible, heartfelt encounter. This picture features Elvis and Edison Peña, one of the Chilean miners who survived 70 days trapped underground in 2010. Peña kept his spirits high by singing Elvis's songs during the ordeal, and later fulfilled his dream by visiting Graceland. This special photo highlights the global and inspiring reach of Elvis's music. A fan capturing a rare sight. Photographed by fan Judy Palmer, this profile of Elvis was captured in the dim spotlight of a stage where he was in the audience watching a Tom Jones show. This rare image catches the king off guard and relaxed, enjoying music himself. It's a treasured glimpse into the private life of the king, who usually was the one on stage. The King of New York. This stunning image of Elvis in his white jumpsuit with a blue scarf was taken during his incredible show at Madison Square Garden on June 9, 1972. The New York concerts were highly anticipated, and Elvis delivered an unforgettable performance that cemented his status as a legendary live performer even in the heart of the Big Apple. The roar of the Chicago crowd. This image shows Elvis performing at the Chicago Stadium on June 17, 1972. The Chicago leg of his tour was a huge success, further showcasing his dynamic presence in major metropolitan areas. His 1972 tour was marked by these high-energy performances, where his voice was powerful and his connection with the audience was absolute. The return of a legend. This photo is from the historic June 1968 tapings at NBC Studios in Burbank, California, for his famous 1968 comeback special. Wearing the sleek black leather, Elvis redefined his image, shaking off his film roles and reminding the world of his raw rock and roll power. It was a career-defining moment that revitalized the King's career. A scene from his final acting role. This image is from Elvis's 1969 film Change of Habit. The filming took place in and around Los Angeles, utilizing the Universal Studios lot. Elvis played a doctor who works with 3 nuns, showcasing a more serious role. It was a fitting, though not final note on his career in Hollywood before he fully embraced his return to live performance. The day the king returned to the stage. This photo of Elvis was taken on July 31, 1969, at the International Hotel in Las Vegas during a press conference. It was held to announce his highly anticipated return to live performing. The atmosphere was one of palpable excitement as the world waited to see the king reclaim his musical throne after his time in Hollywood. Getting ready for the spotlight. This photo shows Elvis in Murfreesboro, Tennessee on March 14, 1974. This was a busy period on his tour schedule. The simple, objective style of the photo highlights the intense travel and focus required to sustain a major touring career. It's a snapshot of the king preparing to deliver a show that his fans would never forget. A masterpiece of early rock photography. This black-and-white portrait was taken by the legendary photographer Alfred Wertheimer in 1956. Wertheimer captured some of the most intimate and iconic images of Elvis, just as he was becoming a global phenomenon. This particular photo perfectly conveys the intensity and magnetic charisma of the young, emerging king. Taking a moment off the road. Elvis is seen here at the Ramada Hotel in Monroe, Louisiana on March 7, 1974. Life on the road was a cycle of high-energy performances and quiet hotel stays. These rare, more subdued moments offer a contrasting view to his flashy stage persona, showing the king in a brief moment of rest and reflection before his next show. A moment related to his big screen debut. This image of Elvis is likely from a context surrounding his first major film, Love Me Tender, 1956. This film introduced Elvis to a whole new audience and officially cemented his star power across music and movies. The picture captures the freshness and appeal of the young artist during this pivotal time. The Las Vegas look. This photo of Elvis, likely taken in the early 1970s in Las Vegas, showcases his iconic late-career style. The elaborate jumpsuits and jewelry were a signature of his residency, symbolizing the grandeur and spectacle of his Vegas shows. This era brought a new level of maturity and confidence to his performances. A powerful return to Oklahoma. This shot is from Elvis's presentation at the Fairgrounds Arena in Oklahoma in 1970. The tour was a statement of his enduring appeal. These venues were filled with devoted fans who had waited years to see him perform live again, and Elvis rewarded their loyalty with spectacular and unforgettable shows. A rare personal gathering. This image captures Joe Esposito, Elvis, Priscilla, Gigi Gamble, and Patsy Presley Gamble in a relaxed, private setting. Photos like this offer a candid glimpse into the close relationships Elvis maintained with his family and inner circle, showing a moment of shared rest and connection away from the demanding public eye. The early years of rock and roll. This image shows Elvis performing with guitarist Scotty Moore, left, at the New Frontier Hotel in Las Vegas in 1956. This early Vegas appearance was still raw and revolutionary, contrasting sharply with his later polished residencies. The dynamic between Elvis, Moore, and Bill Black was the core of rock's first power trio. Another electrifying night at Long Beach Arena. Elvis on stage in 1972, delivering a performance with the signature energy of his touring years. The Long Beach shows were always highlights of his West Coast schedule, drawing huge crowds. His passion for live performance is clear in every gesture and expression captured in this powerful photo. The King in Paris. This fascinating image shows Elvis and friends sitting on the terrace of the famous Fouquet's restaurant on the Champs-Élysées in Paris, France, in 1959. While serving in the army in Germany, Elvis was able to travel, and this photo captures a rare international moment, showing the king as a traveler enjoying a European city. A beautiful, tender memory. This photo captures a simple, treasured moment on July 4, 1956, with a young Elvis standing beside his beloved mother Gladys in the backyard of their new Memphis home. It's a rare, sweet scene that captures the deep love and bond between them before the immense pressure of fame fully took hold. Always on the move. This photo of Elvis was taken at JFK Airport in New York on July 19, 1975, as he was traveling to begin another leg of his tour. Even in transit, his distinct style and celebrity drew immediate attention. It illustrates the relentless schedule of a global star whose life was defined by the next show. A dramatic performance in California. This photo was taken during Elvis's concert at the Forum in Inglewood, California on November 14, 1970. The November tour was a high point for his live shows, blending powerful vocals with dynamic stage choreography. This image is a perfect visual record of the King's explosive stage presence. Texas feels the power of the King. Elvis in mid-performance in Fort Worth, Texas on June 15, 1974. The King always had a huge following in Texas, and his concerts there were often legendary. This shot captures the passion of his touring stage show during a very busy year of live appearances. A poignant historical coincidence. This photo touches on the close relationship between Elvis and his friend Red West. It highlights the unfortunate timing of the death of Red's father, Newton Thomas West, on August 15, 1958, just one day after Elvis's mother, Gladys, passed away. It reflects a time of profound sorrow and shared grief for Elvis and his inner circle. Back in the Deep South, Elvis on stage in Montgomery, Alabama on March 6, 1974. His connection to the South was always profound, and performing there was often deeply satisfying for the King. This image captures the classic 70s stage look, from the spotlight to the signature movements that thrilled his audience. Black leather magic! This famous photograph of Elvis was taken during his transformative 1968 comeback special at the NBC studios in Burbank, California. The intimate, in-the-round setting captured his raw energy, and the black leather outfit instantly became one of his most iconic looks, relaunching him as a serious musical artist. A brief stop in Scotland. This photo of Elvis is likely from March 3, 1960, when he made a 2-hour stop at Prestwick Airport in Scotland on his return from Army service in Germany. It's a significant piece of history, marking the only time Elvis ever set foot in the United Kingdom, capturing him in a reflective state before his highly anticipated return home. The Forum was buzzing. Elvis is seen here on May 11, 1974, during the evening show at the Forum in Los Angeles. The King's reputation as a live powerhouse meant every concert was a guaranteed sellout, and the California shows were always major events. This picture captures the electric moment of his performance. Middle Tennessee was in awe. Elvis in Murfreesboro, Tennessee on March 14, 1974. His local shows were particularly meaningful, allowing fans close to home to witness his international stardom. This image captures the focused intensity of the King as he delivers a powerful vocal performance for the sold-out crowd. The magnetic gaze of a star. This photo of a 22-year-old Elvis was taken during an interview in Chicago in March 1957. The image captures the young artist during the meteoric rise of his career. His intense, focused look hints at the powerful ambition and talent that would make him an unprecedented global star in music and film. Behind the scenes of Hollywood. This photo of Elvis was taken in August 1956 on the set of his first film, Love Me Tender, in Los Angeles. It captures a relaxed moment as he navigates the new world of movie making. This period marked his crossover from a pure music star to a successful, multifaceted entertainer. The look of a music icon. This photo is a promotional portrait of Elvis from his later career, likely between 1970 and 1977. It perfectly encapsulates his mature, regal stage presence defined by his dramatic hairstyles and sophisticated clothing. This image is a powerful representation of the King during his dominant Las Vegas era. Cruising on the coast. This image of Elvis in a red car is a scene from his 1965 movie, Girl Happy. The scene was filmed on location in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This photo captures the youthful energy of his film roles, often set against sun-drenched, exciting backdrops, blending music, comedy, and romance. A dynamic West Coast show. The image shows Elvis in concert in San Diego, California, on November 15, 1970. The King's touring schedule in late 1970 was relentless and energetic. This San Diego performance was a memorable stop, featuring his powerful voice and the charismatic stage moves that had been absent from the live stage for years. The opening night triumph. This iconic photo was captured on the premiere night of his residency at the International Hotel in Las Vegas on August 10, 1970. These shows were a huge success, solidifying his role as the biggest draw in Vegas history. The image captures the moment of his spectacular entrance onto the stage. A signature moment in a legendary venue. This photo of Elvis in one of his famous white jumpsuits was taken during his concert at Madison Square Garden in New York in 1972. The white suits were an essential part of his 70s identity, symbolizing the royalty of rock and roll. His NYC shows are still considered among his best live performances. A packed house at Long Beach. Elvis in action at the Long Beach Arena in 1972, delivering a performance that resonated with his enthusiastic West Coast fan base. These arena shows allowed him to reach a massive audience, reinforcing his reputation as a phenomenal live performer with endless stage charisma. Reliving the 1970 energy. Elvis on stage at the Fairgrounds Arena in Oklahoma in 1970. This photo is a powerful visual of the King's commitment to his new, elaborate stage show. The return to touring was a turning point, and this image captures the confidence and dynamic power of his second wave of fame. A truly international king. This image captures Elvis in Paris, France in 1959. This European visit during his army service provided a rare chance for him to experience life outside the American spotlight. These images from Paris remain a unique part of the King's history, showing him as a young man exploring the world. An unparalleled global event. This iconic photo of Elvis was taken on January 14, 1973, during the historic Aloha from Hawaii via Satellite concert. Broadcast from the Honolulu International Center, this show was a technological marvel and a career highlight, delivering an electrifying performance to an estimated 1 billion viewers worldwide. The dazzling black fireworks jumpsuit. This image shows Elvis during a show, wearing the famous black fireworks or black starburst jumpsuit. He primarily used this powerful, dark outfit in 1971. The unique design and contrasting colors made it one of his most visually striking stage outfits, emphasizing his magnetic presence. A classic backstage or onstage moment. This iconic photo of Elvis was likely taken at the Providence Civic Center, now Amica Mutual Pavilion, in Providence, Rhode Island. It captures the anticipation and excitement of his East Coast shows. The photo highlights his intense focus moments before or during a major performance. A moment of vulnerability and connection. This memorable photo captures Elvis interacting with a fan on stage in Oklahoma City on November 16, 1970. The image, taken during his Coliseum show, beautifully illustrates the rare, personal bond he would forge with his fans, a fleeting moment of human connection amidst the chaos of a sold-out rock show. Behind the scenes in New England. Elvis is seen here backstage in Boston with Canadian fans and promoter Tom Hewlett on November 10, 1971. These backstage meetings were often quick moments of genuine fan interaction. The photo offers a rare glimpse into the king's life immediately before or after a major performance, surrounded by his touring team. The early days of the Vegas residency. This photo of Elvis was taken on August 1, 1969 in Las Vegas, Nevada. This was the start of his triumphant return to live performing at the International Hotel. The image captures the excitement and high spirits of the king, who was clearly thrilled to be back on stage in front of a live audience. The King in the Midwest. This image is from a performance on Friday, November 5, 1971 at the Metropolitan Sports Center in Bloomington, Minneapolis. His tours were meticulously scheduled to cover the whole country. The Minneapolis show was part of a major tour that helped to solidify his renewed status as a national live concert phenomenon. A piece of film memorabilia. This photo features the distinctive glasses Elvis wore during the filming of the movie Follow That Dream, 1962. His movie roles often required different looks and accessories, and these glasses were a subtle but memorable part of his character in the film, a fun detail for any dedicated fan. Childhood friends in Memphis. This photo captures Elvis with his friends at Lauderdale Courts in Memphis, the public housing complex where he and his family lived during his early teenage years. These are the friends and surroundings that shaped the young king, a humble reminder of his roots before global fame. The iconic look of the 70s. This image shows the singer Elvis Presley during one of his concerts in the 1970s. The full, confident stance and the signature jumpsuit are instantly recognizable. This era saw Elvis at his most spectacular, delivering shows that were equal parts musical genius and pure theatrical spectacle. Rehearsal intensity. This photo of Elvis was taken in July 1970 during rehearsals for the documentary Elvis, That's the Way It Is. It captures him in a candid working environment. These behind-the-scenes moments show his dedication to perfecting the music and choreography for his highly anticipated Las Vegas comeback shows. Fringe and flair. This image shows Elvis during a live performance wearing one of his famous white jumpsuits with prominent fringes, likely from November 1970. The fringe added a dynamic visual element to his movements, emphasizing the energy of his rock and roll performance and making him a dazzling spectacle on stage. The Vegas press is introduced to the new king. This photo of Elvis was taken during a press conference on August 1, 1969, at the International Hotel in Las Vegas. The event was crucial for relaunching his career, showing his excitement to return to live music and the new, powerful direction of his stage shows. The legendary original trio. This black and white photo shows Elvis, center, likely with guitarist Scotty Moore, left, and possibly another member of his early entourage. This image captures the raw, foundational power of the trio that created early rock and roll, representing the simplicity and authenticity of his first steps to fame. The controversial moment. This photo is from the backstage of the Steve Allen Show at the Hudson Theater in New York on July 1, 1956. Elvis's performance on this show was notable for being censored, forcing him to sing to a basset hound, a controversial but legendary moment that cemented his rebellious image in American culture. The New York City Press Spotlight. This photo was taken during a press conference at Madison Square Garden in New York City on June 9, 1972. The event was held before his sold-out shows, drawing massive media attention. This moment captures the king's confident and charismatic interaction with the world's press. A dramatic moment from the movie set. This image features Elvis and co-star Barbara Eden in their 1960 Western film, Flaming Star. It was a significant role for Elvis, allowing him to explore a more complex character. The still captures the dramatic tension and high production value of his Hollywood career. Texas demands an encore. Elvis performing the evening show in Fort Worth, Texas on June 15, 1974. His shows were often divided into afternoon and evening performances to meet fan demand. This photo captures the dynamic atmosphere of his live concerts during a peak touring year. The King on the Southern Road. Elvis on March 6, 1974, performing in Montgomery, Alabama. This image is a great example of the energy he brought to every stage, no matter the size of the city. His 1974 tour was a showcase of his vocal range and enduring appeal, leaving fans in awe across the nation. A dramatic pose in the City of Angels. Elvis on May 11, 1974, during the evening show at the Forum in Los Angeles. The King's shows were theatrical events, and this photo captures a moment of intense performance. The crowd was a mix of devoted fans and industry heavyweights, all watching the King deliver another legendary show. Long Beach was a frequent stop. Elvis is captured here performing at the Long Beach Arena in 1972. The Long Beach concerts were a staple of his touring years. This image showcases the sheer spectacle of his 1970s stage presence, with the light catching his dazzling outfit and powerful form.